What's up, Ravens fans? It's time to hear from you guys in our weekly Ravens mailbag segment. And by the questions, you would have thought the Ravens just came off a loss.
It's always that way, isn't it?
There's not a lot of optimism right now, but the Ravens are still sitting at first place in the division. But like I said, there's still a lot of questions out there. So let's jump right into those. The first question today comes from Facebook, and Brian Wright wants to know, will you be keeping Joe Flacco in the shotgun formation for the most part to alleviate the pass rush and open up options for the running backs and the receivers?
Yes, I think the Ravens will keep Joe Flacco predominantly in the shotgun just because he mostly likes it. It's not for the pass rush and for the running backs, it's for Joe. I think we've all seen at this point that Joe Flacco is a rhythm quarterback. So if he can get in that up-tempo, kind of no-huddle, shotgun offense, that suits him well. Now, you can't do it all the time. He can't always be in the shotgun because they become too predictable in the run game. You run different packages out of different formations. But I do think that the Ravens have found what Joe likes. Marty Mornhinweg is kind of simplifying things for him a little bit, and I think that we'll stay in that for a lot of time.
The other piece of it, too, is it's not just shotgun, but I think it's a lot of no huddle.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the up-tempo, and that's what they like to do. But like you said, you have to kind of pick your spots with it.
Yes, definitely.
All right, next question. This one comes to us from Twitter, and it's from Way Vipers. And the question is, after that amazing touchdown by Breshad Perriman, do you think he has gained Joe Flacco's trust? Well, I think it's still a work in progress with these two. I mean, we've talked about it a lot over the course of the season. They hadn't had much time together, obviously, before this season. Then you have Steve Smith, you have Mike Wallace. Pitt is still out there on the field. So it's kind of tough to work in those catches and those opportunities for Breshad Perriman. But I will say this, I thought that throw and the touchdown by him was kind of a big step because it was a third down situation. It was sort of just a jump ball, go up and get it. And for Joe to throw that pass in the end zone, if you go back, there was a pass that Joe threw earlier in the season to Breshad Perriman in the end zone, got picked off.
Yep.
You know, so the fact that he's going to him in that situation
against the Redskins, Perriman almost made the play. Yeah.
So I think the fact that he's going to him in that situation after not targeting him at all against Dallas is a good sign. And I think that the Ravens, they need Breshad. I mean, they absolutely need this guy to come up with some big plays down the stretch, and I think things are moving in the right direction.
I would say they're not there yet. I mean, let's not forget that Perriman had a drop just a couple series later on a big play.
That was a tough play.
And that was a tough play.
That's I'll give that a half drop.
Sure, yeah, maybe even a quarter drop. Yeah. That would have been a pretty sweet catch, but that touchdown catch was the only catch he had in the game. So I'm not going to say that those two are totally in sync yet and trusting each other.
Even Breshad said it's still a work in progress.
Definitely. Our last question comes from @RantsandRavens, and they ask, is this the year we sweep the division? Yeah, I think this could be the year that the Ravens sweep the division. I think they have a decent chance. They're 2/3 of the way there right now. So they're 4-0 right now. The last time the Ravens did this and swept the AFC North was in 2011. Won the division, got a first-round bye. Don't think that's going to happen this year.
Yeah.
But I do think the Ravens can do this. I mean, you have a game in Cincinnati, Week 17. I don't think that the Bengals are probably going to have anything to play for at that point. A.J. Green, maybe they just leave him on the shelf if he's still a little bit injured. I don't think that's going to be a terribly difficult game. Definitely one the Ravens can win. And it's all going to come down to that Week 16 game in Pittsburgh on Christmas Day. I feel good about that game. The Ravens, they kind of have the Steelers' number, and I don't want to jinx things.
I was going to say, that's the ultimate jinx right there.
I don't want to jinx things, but I just think that they know how to scheme them up. They know how to play Ben. They've held Antonio Brown in check to a large degree. They're not scared about playing in Heinz Field. I think the Ravens can definitely give the Steelers a run for the money in that game and come out victorious. So, yeah, I think the Ravens have a chance to sweep the division, which would win the title.
Yeah, like you said, it's going to come down to that game for the division standpoint and in terms of just sweeping the division. Everything's going to be riding on that Week 16 game. So, all right, we appreciate hearing from you guys every single week. Thank you for sending in those questions. Keep doing it, even if they're negative questions. We'll take any questions you got.
The kind of questions we get.
Exactly. Send in those questions every week. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.